Everything you think you know about mechanical royalty and publishing royalty is wrong. So I'm about to walk you through how this whole thing works right with me. So for this video, we have two sides of things. We have the master side of things and composition. So for your master, we have the normal routine you are used to where you want to distribute your song. You get your songs to distro, and your distro gets your songs to DSP. Your DSP is your Spotify, Apple Music, and so on. So for this exercise, we'll be using 1 RPM as our distro. So 1 RPM gets our songs to our DSPs. So the regular royalty are used to are the royalty that comes from your distribution platform. Let's just call it your DR, for example. Whenever your songs are being streamed on this DSP, right, your distro returns the money back to your dashboard. So for this example, we have these boxes here, and I want to let you know that whenever you distribute 1 RPM, 1 RPM doesn't take any fee for onboarding or application fee. They are actually free. So what they really depend on is the split. So whenever your song is being streamed, right, online, they take the revenue and take their split. So 1 RPM works when it comes to your digital royalty. 1 RPM do 85 and they take the rest. I think that's 15, right? So 1 RPM sticks with 15% and you walk away with 85%. So at the end of the day, let's say you are getting $100, for example. So 1 RPM takes out their $100, takes out their 15%, and you walk away with your 85%. So let's just say it's $5 for this exercise. So this route is clear. Your DR distro royalty comes to your distribution platform. So let's just have our balance here. So any money we are meant to calculate comes to our balance. So we have our $85, right, coming from our distro. So distro royalty is clear. So the next type of royalty we have are called mechanical royalty. So mechanical royalty are collected from mechanical license collectives. So we have a particular platform called MLC. So MLC is Mechanical License Collective. They help you make sure that your mechanical royalty are being collected from your DSP still. So MLC actually works similarly to 1 RPM. They don't take anything like onboarding fee, right? They work with splits too. So let's just assume for this exercise, let's say there will be 70-30, for example, right? So MLC goes with 30 and you go in with 70%. So at the end of the day, after the whole thing, you have they take their split and you have about $50, for example. Right. So I make sure I add this to my bank. So you see this amount of money in your dashboard after MLC collects this for you. The next type of royalty that's been generated are royalty that comes from radio stations. So we have different type of radio station, but for this exercise, we're looking at the Pandora radio station, and we have two types of music players: interactive music players and non-interactive. So interactive is the ones your DSP, the one you're used to, your Spotify, Apple Music, and so on. Non-interactive is Pandora. So whenever you want to stream, whenever you get your song played on Pandora, there's a particular entity that takes your royalty for you, which is SoundExchange. So for this exercise, let's just call them SEC, right? So SEC goes out, collects your mechanical royalty from radio stations like Pandora. Pandora gives them the royalty and it's been splitted. So let's use an example of 80-20, right? So Pandora SEC, which is SoundExchange, takes out 20% and you go on with what? 80%. So let's say at the end of the day you have something like $70. Remember, every money that we have accumulated, we just add it to our balance here. So we just add $70. See how rich I am getting, right? So the last type of mechanical royalty that comes in through your downloads. I'm very sure some of us are used to iTunes. So when you open iTunes, you see something like download or buy, right? So when people buy your music, right, or download it for later use, let's say they want to play it offline and so, right? So there's a particular entity too that helps you collect your royalty. So they are called HFA, iFox something something. So you guys should check them out when you're free. So this same thing happens. iFox takes out your percentage. So let's just use 70-32. So they take they take 30 and you take 70. Fair, right? So let's say at the end of the day you end up with $50 too. So we add it to our bank. right? So now think about it. This entire royalty is being generated, and I feel there is more royalty compared to this, right? So this entire royalty is being generated, and you are leaving this money in the black box. Look into this. If you need help, you can send it here. So let's go into composition. So composition is basically your publishing, your performance royalty being collected by your PROs, your performance right organization. So we have two common ones that everyone is used to. We have VMI, right? And is cap. So whenever your songs are being used in games, movies, so these are the people that helps you collect your publishing royalty. Lastly, we have a particular entity that can help you do this entire thing with a particular feed. So we have the brand called Songtrust. So Songtrust helps you go collect both your mechanical royalty and your publishing royalty, and they have a particular fee they take or they charge whenever you want to register your songs with them. So this is a total breakdown of how publishing royalty and mechanical royalty works. If you find this useful, please make sure you share with your friends. See you in the next video.